butt pack. The entire system is attached to a pistol belt. We have individual ammunition pouches stationed around the hips. M1956 shovel cover with a standard entrenching tool, World War II to Vietnam era. Individual fighting knife or bayonet, depending upon the type of weapon system being carried. A minimum of 2 canteens carried here, either in this station or on both sides of the butt pack. Individual first aid kit attached to the butt pack itself. The butt pack is also carrying individual protection from rain. In this case, a shelter half, but also ponchos carried in this location. The overall rig is an M1956 type, much quieter because it's made of canvas. Individual first aid pouch here, and an individual pouch, magazine pouch for a personal sidearm, such as a pistol or revolver. In this case, an automatic 2 magazine pouch made about 1941-42 by Boyd. The overall kit probably weighs in at about 16 pounds max when loaded with equipment. May weigh as much as 25 pounds. Butt pack was originally designed with the 56 gear as an answer to a need for a device to carry more equipment in the field, keep it lower to the ground to improve the center of gravity for the infantryman in a fighting situation. Lower target, easier control, better balance. Now in this case, for instance, barrel rolled, though not plastic wrapped, and it should be, t-shirts, underpants, socks. For a lot of you, I would highly recommend individual literature that you may not be able to follow up on right now. In this case, the Ranger Handbook. With one of these, you can actually train a unit. Squad size, platoon size, whatever. Individual meal components, MREs, meal ready to eat. In this case, we've got a complete MRE. Meal components such as cherry nut cakes, crackers and cheese. Items that you consider fast food, quick and easy to eat. Individual crackers, cocoa powder, cheese, grape jelly, peanut butter, cocoa, orange nut cake. Beyond the basic foodstuffs, we'd also normally be carrying other components that are essential. Spare socks, some of the civilian foodstuffs that are easily accessible, ramen noodles, quick and easy to use, you find in any commercial store. Rope, in this case camouflage parachute cord. Rope is a tool. Like your poncho and your shovel, they are priceless in the field. Human beings have a tendency to be very good at improvising, but you need certain components to complete the mission. This is one of those items. Any kind of rope, any kind of high tensile strength, low volume string will even work if necessary. Something in the line of what pilots use in their survival kit. Something else which is essential to a lot of fighting soldiers, though it comes in camouflage now, but for years, small roll of black electrical tape. A lot of the equipment here needs to be silenced. The electrical tape is used to lock the material in place. It's in a flat, subdued color, and will ensure that metallic parts, when making contact with each other, don't make that characteristic ching, ching, ching in the field. Simple answer, 99 cents a roll. Everybody should carry some. I would also recommend a small roll of 100-mile-an-hour tape, or what we call duct tape. It's priceless. Many a plane, car, boat, and rifle have been held together with nothing more than some silver tape and a little bit of twine. Once this kit is together, it is a self-contained module designed to keep you functional in the field. You can live out of this by itself. In fact, a lot of soldiers, this is all they carried. In fact, in many cases, less than this was carried. More ammunition was opted for more equipment. This is a discretionary situation. Unlike the regular military forces, most militia and most Patriot elements do not have a supply and support mechanism to the rear. You have what you carry, and that's all. Because of that, you're going to be out in the field on your own for longer periods of time. You have to rely upon the tools that are with you. We must avoid relying upon some vast supply and support mechanism in the future. Now, underneath, in this case, we have a Type 56 shelter half, which we also use for rain gear, wrapped around the body and put underneath the field gear. It allows for protection against the elements and also serves as a supplemental camouflage device. Whenever possible, all of your equipment on this kit should at least have two functions if at all possible. That means you're carrying fewer items, you're going farther with what you've got. Tailoring or adjusting this kit, again, depends entirely upon also consumption and capability of the soldier. Where food is concerned, with children and older adults above the age of, say, 45 to 50, I would highly recommend going with freeze-dried foods and lighter foods that are easier to carry. They can end up with the same volume, same nutritional value, but they aren't carrying the weight in the field, and that is very important. We want to bring everybody through this. You are only as fast as your slowest man. That's your first rule. We leave nobody behind. Because of that, it is the responsibility of the team leader, the platoon leader, the unit commander, to ensure that every man's kit is properly prepared and maintained, and every woman's, and every child's. Because of this, physical inspection is vital. As an individual, as a team leader, as a fire team leader, or as a squad leader, it is your job to physically inspect this equipment. Feel it, touch it, check for water. Check to make sure that this kit is out where it should be. Make sure that they have proper rain gear and protection. Their life depends on it, and so does yours, because if any component in a team fails to function properly, the team as a whole is reduced in capability. We have to make sure that that doesn't happen. For those of you that are planning and organizing units out there, it is important that this be followed through on. You don't give lip service to something like this. And don't be embarrassed. One of the fascinating things I see is it's a part of that old peer pressure from school, is you have to get involved with your people, with the individual components, the working cogs, to make the machine work. Anytime that you have a problem, address it, correct it immediately. If you do not have the resource, you may have to adjust in the field for a shortcoming that down the road will cost you a life. We don't want that to happen. Survivability depends upon you. Your innovation, the gray matter between your ears, and your willingness to go farther with more or less. We don't get paid for this. This is part of our patriotic duty. The equipment you see here is not unlike the material used by the original Minutemen during their era, and every other citizen soldier that we've had in the past that's had to fight an aggressor and protect and defend the Constitution and Bill of Rights. I will remind you, this can all be adjusted according to your needs, according to your budget. But you must prepare now. You must be properly equipped. We want to see you people through this. As I said before, we leave nobody behind.